Good afternoon and blessings, everybody out there. What's going on? It's your man, Rod Hickman, Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. Listen, super excited to be coming to you here on the first day of December, right? Good God Almighty, y'all. We made it. Those of us that are here, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you didn't eat them chitlins and hog maws and all that. But if you did, I'm quite sure you got the Pepto and the Mylanta and all that other stuff there. No, just kidding, kind of. But no, seriously, today should be a day of Thanksgiving, right? Today is December 1st in the year of our Lord 2024. And as I said, if you're here, you made it. If you're listening to this, you made it. So you ought to just tell God, thank you that you were able to make it through this year of 2024. So many people started out in January that are no longer with us, right? So first of all, I hope that you had the opportunity to spend time with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. I hope you were able to get some time to rest. I hope that whatever it was that you wanted to do, you did. I hope you did not catch a charge out there on Black Friday. I hope you didn't. Now, I hope you ain't got to go to court because you wanted that coffee maker and all that there. I hope you just let it go. I hope you wasn't fighting over DVR player. Well, listen, going to get on for just a few minutes today. Again, my wife and I have been traveling. And it was good for us to get out. We have been with family and friends. And again, we have just had a wonderful time. We were on the road, but we had some time just to sit down, just her and I, and actually be able to talk one with another. And really, you know, for those of you all that are in business, then you'll understand what I'm saying. As you're going into 2025, hopefully by now you already have your new business plan laid out. And so that's also what we did. We strategized for this upcoming year and how it is that we want to do. And I want to take this time to celebrate my wife, Christy Hickman. You know, she told you on one of our last videos together that she has been doing this business for a little over a year now. And I am pleased to report that so far our business has grown by 20% from last year, from 2023. So again, not bad for a first-time entrepreneur. I am super proud of her. So if you see her out there in the streets, y'all give her a high five. Say, we heard that you grew the business 20%. Yes, she did. And I am so excited for her for what's coming up in 2025. Because if you know me, you know I'm like, oh, 20%, that's nice. Yeah, now hit a number for 100%. So that's what she's gonna have to do this coming time in order for me to show her some love in this upcoming year, right? Okay, so look, here's what I want to talk about, right? So over the course of the weekend, we had some time to talk and chat with friends, family, and one of the main topics that kept coming up is retirement. And again, y'all know I've been crowing about retirement literally all year, right? You've got to make sure that you're preparing for retirement. Failure to prepare for retirement means that you will either never enjoy retirement or you will have to become what they call an unretiree. That is a whole word now, right? You will have to enter into unretirement, and nobody want to do that, right? When you walk away from that job and tell them sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, and all that other stuff, you do not want to have to go back to work. So what I want to do today, I want y'all to just know that Rod is just not out here talking. I don't just be on here just talking and saying stuff just to be saying stuff. But let me share my screen with you. I really want you to be able to see what it is that's going on. So as you can see from my screen here, it's not just me talking, right? But there are people out there who have at one point retired. And whether or not, and again, I don't say this with any judgment, y'all, but whether or not they were prepared for retirement or not, they retired, thinking, oh, I'll just be able to live off Social Security. But I want y'all to read what this says. What this says is a baby boomer that's living on $1,470 monthly in Social Security returned to work to support her children and grandchildren, right? A boomer. And if you can go down here, and I'll put this in here, this 67-year-old woman is basically saying that she had to unretire, watch this, just in order to make additional money, because what she was getting from Social Security is not enough, right? How sad is that? How sad is that you work 50 years and you get ready to walk away from a job and you realize, God Almighty, I now got to go back to work. But here's the thing about it, folks. That's not even the worst part about it, right? Wait a minute, what are you talking about, Rod? That's not even the worst part about it. More so in this article, it talks about how the lady said that she could only make a certain amount of money a month. Yes. So what, again, something else people don't know when it comes to Social Security is that they look at your income, man. So you cannot make too much money while you're on Social Security. Because if you do, it's going to decrease the benefits. Rod, you tripping. I knew y'all were going to say that. So let me show y'all that Rod don't just be out here capping. As y'all can see, I asked the question, can Social Security be reduced to income? And notice what it says. Yes, it can be reduced if you earn more than a certain amount of before you reach full retirement age. Now look at here. Come on here. Income sources. What kind of foolishness is this? And notice, in 2024, the limit that you could make is $22,000. Now, y'all, the price of everything has gone up. Right now, you need to make more money. You do not need to be putting yourself or be put in a position where you start losing money, where you start losing benefits because you do what's necessary. And so what's heartbreaking to read is that this lady is like, well, hey, I'm out here, I'm working 7 days a week just to earn $600 a month. $600 a month. She's working 7 days a week as someone who has retired. And so this is why I came on today. I came on today because I want to make sure that, again, as we're getting back to it, I know a lot of you all are still full. I know a lot of you all still eating on that last little bit of sweet potato pie. And if it's banging, hey, let me know where it is so I can come get a piece. That's how you get Rod's attention, by sweet potato pie. But here we go. I want to talk to you just 3 points. That's all I'm giving you today. 3 points to help you plan to beat unretirement, so you don't have to be one of those 13% of people that retire and then have to go back to work, right? Let's go. So the first one is you have to look at where you are right now. One of the main things people don't want to do is look at what their retirement options are. People are afraid to look at it. But this is where, and this is what we teach our ages. I kind of remember that movie Bird Box. Y'all remember that movie Bird Box? When they were like, don't look at it, right? Well, the people that got infected then turned around and made everybody look at it, right? Remember that one gif where that lady was opening them people's eyes and stuff like that? You have to look at where you are right now. I know it may not be what you want it to be, but you still need to understand where you are. Because when you understand where you are, that's when we can begin to formulate a plan to get you where you need to be. Does that make sense? You need to understand exactly where you are right now. Is your product pre-tax or is it post-tax, right? Is it a Roth or is it a pre-tax product? You need to understand that, right? At what age are you looking to start drawing from it? If you start drawing from it before 59 and a half, are you going to get taxed and penalized? See, these are all the things that you need to understand. Do you know whether or not your money is going to get taxed? So you may think, oh, Rod, I got $1 million sitting in my 401k, so I'm good. Have you factored in taxes? Especially if it was a pre-tax product. Have you factored in taxes? Because you know Uncle Sugar got to get his piece, right? Uncle Sugar going to get his piece, as well as you're going to be taxed at a higher tax bracket. So you could be sitting here thinking, okay, I got $1 million to stretch, but you really only have about 600,000, somewhere there about. That's me being nice. That's if you don't have any state taxes, right? They're taking about 40%. So again, that's what you need to ask yourself. So you need to look at that right now, understand exactly where you are, all right? Point number 2, you need to know your retirement numbers. I cannot stress to you the importance of this and how the clients that have worked with us how now if you ask them what is your retirement number, they can regurgitate it to you. They know exactly how much they need to have in order to retire and never go back to work. Absolutely. And this is something that you should know. You should know your retirement numbers. And here's the thing, folks, it's not a very tricky formula. I know a lot of times people like to be like, and you carry the one and this percentage and blah, 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 blah. I get that. But again, that's a trick. It's a trick to get you to just be like, you know what, man, here my money. Just make sure I'm straight, right? That's the trick. You don't want to be able to do that. Again, it goes back to number one. You need to understand where you are, right? And again, that's one thing we want our clients to understand. We want you to be able to see and understand your numbers, right? When you understand and when you can talk to your numbers, that's when you now have a very, very, you have an actual plan that you'll be able to work and bring to fruition. Make a little sense? All right. So you got to know your numbers. So let me share the formula with you. The formula is very easy, right? All you're going to do is basically take your annual income. And let's just say you decide you want to retire at the age of 70. I'm just pulling that number. We teach our clients that you need to have your annual income every year from the year you retire at least to the age of 90. So in the example that I said, you basically take your annual income, and if you're retiring at 70, you multiply that times 20. Now, that's the bare bone amount that you need to have, right? Why do I say bare bone? Remember, inflation is something that is going to keep going up every year. Taxes are going to continue to go up. Understand what retirement is. Retirement means you're going to cease from your labors. It doesn't mean that you're ceasing from expenses, right? You're still going to have costs. And a lot of times people don't think about that. They don't think about the fact that, oh, snap, I still got to pay light bill. Unless you're going to go off the grid or something like that, then again, that's a horse of a whole different color. And if you are, let me know, because I'm trying to figure that out too. But either way, all right. So what happens is you need to make sure that you account for your expenses. And you need to make sure that your expenses coming out, and as well as having money to live on, you want to make sure that you have enough to last you at least to the age of 90. Now, brothers, they give us to 81, 82. Women get about anywhere from 84 to 88 on average as far as living. But again, you still want to make sure that just in case you one of them stubborn such and suches that decide to keep on living, you want to make sure that you never run out of income so that you can actually take care of yourself. But that's why you need to know your numbers. You need to know your numbers. And this takes me into the last point. The last point is very simple. Don't be afraid to make the necessary changes, right? You have got to protect your retirement. No, it's nobody else's job to make sure that your retirement is protected more so than you. Yes, there are people that can do it, but you have to make sure that the people are doing what they're supposed to do. Period and point blank. I know a lot of times like, yeah, I trust good old Ralph because he was so and so and so and so. Let me help you. You better make sure that Ralph is doing what it is he's supposed to do. I believe it was Ronald Reagan that said, trust, but verify, right? You need to make sure that what you're doing. And I can tell you, a lot of you all are in 401ks, and you know how I feel about the 401k. If you've ever watched a video of mine, you already know how I feel about the 401k. It doesn't make sense to me. What I can tell you is it made sense back in the day when taxes were low and inflation were low. Because think about it. If you would get on average from the market 10, 12, 15%, but the inflation is 1%, 2%, and taxes are 1%, 2%, again, your compounding interest means you're always at a gain, but you're not having that anymore. And additionally, taxes is going up. Inflation is steady going up. The cost of everything is going up. Remember now, just a few years ago, Subway went viral. Their stock was great because of a little jingle they had, and it was called the $5 footlong. Now, this is inflation. I want y'all to understand this. You can go to Subway now. And I went to Subway then, and I used to get the steak. But let me tell you something now. I can't go to Subway now and get a $5 foot long. Because am I getting more meat? Nope. I'm paying almost double, in some cases almost triple for the same sandwich. That is inflation. Now, that's something I'm able to show you here. That's something that we can account for. Let me ask you this question. Is your retirement going to allow for you to be able to pay 2-3 times what something is worth when you retire? How is your retirement going to fare with that being the case? And so that's why it's very, very critical for you to make sure that your money is in a place that is going to protect you so that you do not have to unretire, right? You're going to have to make sure that you do that. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you. Again, as y'all know, you can reach out to us on social media. You can actually go on our website, Generational Wealth Building with rodhickman.com. You can book your appointment with us. We would love to sit down with you, be able to actually help you make some changes or see if you're on track, right? Again, some people are on track. And again, my hat's off to you, but a lot of people are not. A lot of people are going to be like this lady we just looked at, Miss Pam, the baby boomer, who at 67 had to come out of retirement and is now having to work 7 days a week to make ends meet. So again, just wanted to get on for that few minutes just to say that. Pray that you all have a great day. Pray that you all, again, this last month of the year, look, make it a great, right? If you don't mind me saying so, sir and ma'am, change your mindset, right? If you're still here, you ought to be thankful, right? You ought to be thankful that you're still here. You ought to be thankful that you still have the opportunity to go for. Thankful that you're still able to do some of the things that other people are not able to do. It's not as bad as we think it is. But change your mindset. Make this month your best month of 2024. Do whatever you can to make this a great month, all right? Thank you all so much. Y'all have a great day. Like, share, if you don't mind. I really, really appreciate it. Let somebody know that crazy man is out there again talking about that money stuff. All right. Again, until we meet again on the next time, understand this. Knowledge is not power until it is applied. You can have an 18-wheeler truck gassed up and ready to go. And you can rev it up all you want to, but it's not going to move until you apply that clutch and put it in gear. So make sure that you've taken what you've heard here, you apply it to your life, put it in gear to accelerate your life. Y'all have a good day and God bless. Take care.